Jeez, look at the speed of that. Hey, good morning. We're back on the road and we're having another look at a property. So today we're about half an hour just outside of Ballarat. We're looking at an 80-acre property, and I gotta say, this looks absolutely beautiful. Half an hour outside of Ballarat means it's about an hour and 40 drive for us, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, take a look at this view. So the property is pretty much everything on the other side of that creek, up the bluff, up the hill. We're going to go park up in a second. Once we've parked up, we'll sort of cross over that farmer's field and get onto that bluff, get to the top of the hill, and hopefully, yeah, we've got an amazing view, because we think there's going to be a view from the top of the hill right back over there. But you will soon see. Right, join us and let's have a look at what this little place is like.
So just on screen right now, Chris is going to show these two pictures when you edit it later that I've just taken screenshots of. And from those, there's a fence line coming up the hill. Everything on the left of that fence line to the creek and up and in there is part of the land. Somewhere here around where this gate is, there's a second parcel, which is kind of, you know, wide enough that you can easily get trucks and cars and things in and out.
There's an actual track down there, Nath.
Is there?
Yeah. We'll go and explore that, eh?
Yeah. Let's take a look at how nice this is too. This isn't part of what we're looking at though, but still. It's a
beautiful creek.
It's amazing.
Like Nath said, it's not part of the land, but
it is
right
up there.
Right on the boundary, and yeah, just beyond this big tree, it drops into the parcel of land. Right, I feel like we need to get up and explore, Nath, because it goes up there and we think it keeps going up higher. Look at my new car. Like that? I do. Pretty cool looking, huh?
Except those obnoxious hooks.
Yeah. And who's this? Bailey dog. Bailey the Wonder Dog. He's ready for an explore, aren't you? Well, you're going to have to be on lead to start with, mate, because there's sheep there, and I know you like to chase, well, you like to chase anything, to be honest, and you'd eat just about anything. So, right, let's get you on the lead and let's go for a little walk.
So there's the car over there. Now Dad's seen a crossing down there. We're thinking that the access comes in through
there,
here. Down,
across, yeah.
Across the creek and then into the bigger part, which is the 80 acres of forest. That's for sale. Bailey's looking a bit excited.
A bit.
Just a little.
He just wants to get off lead and go for an explore. Oh, and I thought there was like a gate here or something, but...
So we think you own basically down here and over and in.
Another fence here. This is strange. I feel like we should be on... Well, there's a gate there, isn't there? Hold on. Look, there we go. From there.
That's from that gate.
From that gate down here. This is access road here. Through this gate and then down and across.
We're thinking it's...
So we're thinking this is the extent of the boundary. So on that side is not part of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's a gate here, I don't think that's part of it. Because when you look on that map, it
shoots down across the creek.
Down across the creek and then goes left. Up that way, yeah. So there's a gate entry point there. This is pretty flat, so it looks like, as you say, people have driven through here and through this gate in the past.
Yep. And maybe they're just using this to get through.
When you look there, that's a flattened section of land as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
For driving on. So they go through there, but I guess if you used to own this, you'd come through that gate and somehow you got to find an access road across the creek.
So you were thinking this is the creek crossing here, yeah?
Yeah, I thought this was a creek crossing.
For like a quad bike or something.
Oh, someone's enjoying himself. Steady, Bailey. Right, shall we head up a little bit? So this would be, I don't know how you get access on this, do you, Nate?
You'd have to build a bridge.
Substantial bridge, though.
Yeah, you'd have to do a lot of work just to be able to get in.
Look how wide this is and how steep, how deep it is.
Yeah.
Like,
so I guess here where they've been going over, that's probably like with a quad bike, eh?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But even then, they've lost all the edge of the...
Yeah, it's been a while since they've used it.
Oh, jeez.
It's beautiful river red gums. Beautiful. So we're thinking it's there. Before we go for a stomp up the hill, we'll just take a quick look at the part of the creek that's actually what we think in the property. So go figure, it wouldn't be more than about 50 metres, hey?
Jeez, Nate, this is a monster tree.
Pardon?
It goes a monster tree, it goes right down there.
Yeah, what's that?
What? Part of the branches, isn't it? Or not?
I don't know, man. Could be chupacabra bones for all I know. God, this is a monster tree, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It goes right down there as well. Oh, beautiful little spot.
You'd have to get in, wouldn't you, and dig it out and make it deep enough to jump in.
Okay, it's deep down there. Right, let's wander back before I fall in. Get pulled over by this nutcase. Oh, do you think that's a bone?
I think it's a dead animal, mate.
Oh.
Yep. Because I was looking around it, see all the rankness?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think it is? It's got a huge head, if that's its head. Oh, it's beautiful down here.
Then the issue is, Nath, you never go looking at a property while it's a beautiful sunny day. I'm not getting towed up the hill at all. By the sheepdog. Come on, Bailey, mush. Mush.
So that's the car and where we came from. That's part of it, and then all this coming up the hill. So we've just got up to a bit of a crest in the hill, and we were confused about this fence here, but it's just one for sheep, because you can see on the maps that this place goes up that way for ages. Ages and ages, but just up here, mate, beautiful clearing. Nice views of the creek and the surrounding hillside. Fantastic little spot.
Here, Billy. No, not under the barbed wire.
And here's Silly Boy.
Oh, I'll lift him over again. Not the brightest dog around, eh, Billy?
Once we let him into there, he might be all right to have a bit of a roam. We just don't want him to disturb some farmer's sheep. So you can see this fence, which is obviously less cared for because they don't have any sheep roaming. Whether the sheep are owned by the person selling or the neighbours and they're just using all the same farm, who knows?
What sort of trees are these, Nate?
I'm thinking these are ghost gums. Are they spotted? Is that what they're called? Spotted ghost gums?
I think so as well, yeah.
Pretty beautiful, aren't they?
pretty bloody massive. Just video me going next to this, how big it is.
Old mate's 6 foot with shoes on.
I'm
for
9
reference. 9 foot.
6.5, 7 foot tall. Yeah, that's huge, isn't it?
That's unreal.
That's 6 foot wide, 6 foot across.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
And like even that one over there, that tree is massive. Absolutely massive.
What do we reckon? About 10 times, the distance we've just come back 10 times that.
Yeah.
In this direction. So
Yeah, and from what we can tell, it seems like it's fully fenced, so it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out where we are. Oh, there's a gully over there.
Seriously, dog?
So this is how wide the easement is from here to that fence line. It's basically where those trees are. So it's a good, like, yeah, probably 30 meters or so. What that means,
I don't quite know how it works, Nath. That easement could be for all sorts. It could be for the farmer to get through there to
I mean, yeah.
to this area.
But that parcel is included in the land that we're looking at. It's part of it, yeah.
Right, but if it's an easement, you're still got to continuously provide access.
Yeah, but as in it's yours though, rather than someone else's.
And that bit of fence up there stops. So that must have been that corner over there. And then that little bit of fence there is this one.
Yes.
Just here. That post there must be that corner.
Yeah.
In which case, from that fence going down, there's no fence here.
So that's all part of it.
So we're stood in this easement.
Yeah.
We're actually
extra parcel.
in this parcel.
Yep.
And where that fence corner is and the fence goes that way,
it's all part of
it
it.
continues down here as a separate, this is just a separate
there's just
parcel.
no fence for that other red line.
Yeah,
So
correct.
there's no fence for this line.
Correct.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly what you just
No
said.
fence for this line.
Yep. Yeah, that little bit.
So that's great because that means that both at the bottom near the river and up here, there's two massive flat, beautiful spots that are all part of it. Fantastic.
Well, you said if it's not an actual easement, it's a parcel of land.
Yeah.
You could. It's your parcel of land anyway.
Yeah.
It's just that there's two parcels of land on this property.
Yeah. And
I think you're right. I think it must be some type of easement.
I think they've cut it just so that there's access to get across the creek without the whole creek being owned by one person, because it says on the planning zones that it's public conservation area, the creek.
Right.
So what they've got is however wide this is, call it 30 meters.
Yeah.
You actually own 30 meters of the creek. The rest of your property is on our side of the creek.
Oh, I get you. Just go back to your map again. Sorry. That doesn't. I get you, but then that would have meant the easement would go all the way over.
Over what? The creek. It does. It goes to the road.
Isn't it just following the creek?
That's for
just the shape of the creek.
That's for that diagonal road from that gate, I think.
Smart. Yes. Yeah, that
And then
kind
the
of
rest,
makes sense, doesn't it?
It goes along with the creek until towards the end, where it looks like it comes up the hill a bit.
Yeah. So, blind leading the blind here, innit? But we're working it out as we go. But so that means then, as you say, irrespective, whatever happens, there's a heck of a creek crossing that's got to be sorted out for this.
Definitely.
So that's really important, because that will actually be quite
Expensive
difficult
as well.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love building it, but there'll be a lot of money in that. Assuming you're allowed.
That's from trees, that is it, or is it a special type of leaf thing?
No, aren't they them leaves? Are they like Venus flytrap type leaves?
Like they prick all the bugs.
It's sticky, yeah. Look, sticky.
Sticky. I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, like sticky enough that they catch. I think.
Catch bugs.
Barely well done. They catch dogs. They eat dogs, Bailey. He's got his nose caught in his own lead. He's such a rocket head, Bailey. Bailey, stay.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, you got a harness on.
Look at this dude.
A muzzle, sorry.
Yeah, in terms of going like left to right along the creek, we're only about a third of the way because it's widest at the creek.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So shall we follow the crest of this little gully, this hill? Should we follow that all the way back?
Yeah.
And just keep going and see what we get to.
See where we pop out.
Keep an eye on the map and see how far we go.
Yeah, cool. He's off to see his dad. Oh. What do you reckon, mate? Dinosaur or sheep?
Really?
Tell you what, this place is huge, isn't it?
This is all still in the property, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a big clearing coming up somewhere on the, I don't know, somewhere in front of us-ish as well, like a big grassed area.
Oh, that one there.
Oh,
There's sheep there. Come here, Bailey.
Bailey.
Bailey, come.
Hey, he turned around.
Bailey. Bailey, come here. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Bailey. Hey. Come here. Come here. Oi. Stay. 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 Well, there might be a fence between us and that sheep, or those sheep, but
potentially not.
yeah.
So. All this is super easy, isn't it? So we found a fence here. We don't really know why it's here. We don't think it's a boundary fence. We think it might be a sheep fence. So we're gonna take a follow.
We think the boundary is another 100 metres that way?
Maybe
200?
more.
Yeah.
Pretty far.
Because we saw a green opening, didn't we? A green grassland, which is just down there. And we walked and we said, right, let's walk that way away from the green to get to the boundary over there. Anyway, we'll follow this fence and see where it goes.
Keep going.
It's all an adventure now, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so quick update. So what you can see there is a road. Just in the distance, another road heading that way, one heading that way. It's a real junction, that point, right on the corner of the land. And we will show you that on the map. So that's exactly where we are. So now we're going to walk back towards this camera, follow this fence line, and hopefully we'll find out that that road follows the fence line all the way down, which is what it looks like on our map.
So we believe that we are stood here and we're going to walk down there.
Yep.
And we're going to see how far this road goes, this public use road.
Yeah.
And see if there's an access point from the back, which could be quite interesting.
Because what we're thinking is the access that we're concerned about, that could be sorted by this access road. Anyway, let's have a quick look, get further down the hill and see what we're like.
Just made it back to the top crest of the hill near the creek, and we've seen arguably one of the most grisly kangaroo deaths you could imagine, really. What a sad way to go, getting your foot stuck in a fence and just dying. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. This is all the sheep fencing that we saw earlier. What we've found is a road that comes all the way along the back with gates that access into the property. We don't know how far of a detour you have to drive to get to those access roads, but we do know that they're there, and we now know that there's a way into the property, which is very exciting because I don't know about you, but I could not see us building a road up this hill somehow. So very, very interesting. There's even access down there at the bottom too, so you could access to the creek and things, which might explain why the creek crossing was, well, really lackluster and crap, because maybe you just don't need it to use the property.
Yeah, so I think there's another creek crossing there. And then it's just, where does that road go, and how do you get from the other side of the creek back onto the road? And it looks like it swoops around that big tree.
Do you reckon it might go all the way
It
there?
might go, whoa, steady barely.
Might go all the way.
Might go through that farmyard.
So we'll take a walk along the ridge line.
That's stunning down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
It's beautiful Australian, just very Australian creek with the red gums in it. It's very nice. This one is feeling very exciting to me right now. Only things we need to understand is the access. And that's kind of about it in terms of what we need to look at next. Be how do you access it, make sure it's not a stupid detour to get in. But gives me a good feeling that also across the ridge on the neighbour's farm you can see a tiny house and glamping tents and a caravan. It's not easy to get those things unless the access is quite good. How else would you get them to the top of the hill? Alrighty, so we were up on the ridgeline over there walking along, looking at the view. We started to come down a little mini gully here back towards the creek. There's Chris and Wonder Dog. We're just taking in the absolute scale of this property. I think the best thing about it is the fact that it's widest at the front, at the mouth of the creek, and where the ridgeline is with all the cracking views. Like, that's fantastic. A lot of properties we've found, it kind of goes the other way. It's like wide at the base of the hill and then narrow up the top. But this one is it's quite promising. I'm personally very excited. So we're back at the creek now. Keeping in mind we're only about halfway down and the car is super far away. Like, the car is like a couple 100 meters over there. So all this part of the creek, this side of it, is part of the property. And back there, it goes all the way through to those access gates. These fantastic river red gums, hey? There's a creek in there. Just taking a bit of a walk back along the creek, where we came from, where those access gates are, just to make sure that you would be able to get your car through here. These trees are absolutely humongous. That's back to open, easy going. Yeah, sweet. Fantastic. I'll walk back to Chris now. Let's go teleportation. Alrighty, so
What do you find?
after following that back, there's a few big tree branches and things that have fallen over, but it's clear that they've used it for access.
What, over the creek?
No, I didn't go that far. I just meant that you could get around the creek without going up the hill.
Right.
So that you can get to all this without using the creek crossing. Kangaroo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's up with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's something wrong with it, isn't there?
Yeah. I thought it was weird the way it got up. It got up real strange, didn't it? Maybe it was, it's like jumping sideways almost.
That's not right, is it? There's something wrong with that.
Something's wrong with that one for sure. I said to Dad before, we're in Goldfields country out here, in northwest Victoria. Tell me that doesn't look like the kind of creek you'd throw a gold pan into, hey? Fantastic. With this too being all rocky, that would be the perfect spot. You could dig a big hole there and jump in for a swim.
Except a little bit further up there, we found the remains of a dead sheep in the water.
Disgusting.
So, you
Disgusting.
might come away with some waterborne diseases.
Potentially. Look, I had my Inner Health Plus today, mate. I'll be fine. Look at that massive tree. It's a beast of a thing.
Mate, this is awesome.
Yep.
Place is bloody brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so picturesque.
What I think is the best is that you've got the good parts of every property we've seen so far, right? So let's think about it. What do we like about properties like Gin and that one out at Kilmore? Nice and big, good views. What else do we like? We like lots of trees. We like creeks.
Yeah, and this has got, you know, this is flat, steep and hilly, rocky,
And
go
more
further
flat.
back as you've seen. It's flat and full of trees.
This place looks fantastic.
On the travel guides today, we give it 5 out of 5.
Not sure if anyone will know that one. That's only an Aussie TV show, isn't it? Basically, there's a TV show in Australia where they get the contestants to go travel and try out different locations around the world, and they all give it a rating at the end out of 5 stars, and that's what Dad's just taking the piss out of. So here we kind of are back towards the start. So there's where that kind of easement thing was, and there was the corner of the post up there. That's the initial fence that we walked up the hill, a very steep bit at the start. So we're getting close to the cars and the creek crossing, the original one. So we're creeping back up to where we first went up the hill, which was that hill, the one where we were huffing and puffing. It was that hill there. So we've seen a huge amount of the property. To be honest, we haven't quite seen the backside.
Yeah, seen all the far back corner. We missed that totally.
And I think all we need to do is just think of that as being what it is, mate. It's a bonus.
It's more than what we saw.
It's just a bunch more forest. Here's that original track, which we've now figured out is just part of that diagonal access. Just goes to there and through there. Look at this guy. Mate, I don't know what he thinks he's towing with a Ford Ranger. It's definitely.
You got a man's car, you need man's hooks.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Why are they red, mate? Hey, answer me that.
Why?
Range of danger. Range of danger, mate.
Well, we're back in the car. We've just taken a little walk to a farm that is just on our right. Nobody home though, so we'll have to leave this one as a little bit of a cliffhanger. Can we get access to the property without driving way over there through the national forest or national park? So we will find out. I guess it'll be a few phone calls. We've got the phone number of the farmer here. He has it on his gate, and we'll give the estate agent a ring, and we'll see where this lands. Right, tune in next time on the Rural Project. Got to say we've really enjoyed looking at this one. It's been beautiful, absolutely cracking day, and yeah, it's been a really enjoyable property to explore. Right, catch you next time on
The Rural Project.
Hey. So it doesn't feel appropriate to leave this video where we've just stopped. Let's inform you now of what happened over the next sort of few days and a couple of weeks. So the very next day we got a phone call back from the farmer, but unfortunately that wasn't that helpful. He rented the farmhouse and rented the land, and wasn't really aware of anything to do with the sale up on the top of the bluff there. We did talk to him about the creek crossing, and he said, look, it is an ancient creek crossing that is marked on the maps. But he said, look, the roads to it and from it are really no longer there. And he sort of said, look, it's really don't feel that appropriate because it's kind of going through somebody else's land to get to that creek crossing. But he did say to us, hey, have a look at the road through the national park. That is the way into this block of land. So we had a look on the maps. That road in through the national park looked really easy. And our plan was to go back the following weekend, take that road through the national park and see how easy it was to get to the block of land. In the meantime, we were very keen, so we spoke to the local council, and after several attempts, we managed to get hold of one of the planning team there. And unfortunately, they told us there's absolutely no way we'd be allowed to build a house on there. And there were a whole suite of reasons, which I won't bother sort of delving into here, largely to do with the size of the block of land. It was just below the minimum
minimum size of land that would allow a house to be built. And yeah, that basically kind of killed this one off. We absolutely loved the property, everything we've been looking for, waterfront, views, big forest with loads and loads of trees in there. But if you can't build a house on that, it's basically just a block of land, and they were after a good amount of money for it. The right amount of money if you could build a house. It was certainly a good price if you were going to build a house on there, but if it's just a block of land that you can't actually do anything with, it was bloody expensive. So we decided to pull out of that one, pretty gutted. And here we are now, sort of several months later. That block of land has now sold, regrettably. But I got to say, as I'm editing this video, realised just how nice it was. It would have been awesome to have got a tiny house up on the top of that bluff and looked out over some of those views. But wasn't to be. We've got to keep looking. Tune in next time on The Rural Project.